Hello, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Cheris Fuller, and I am with the Baby Step team of Young Living Essential Oils. And today I would like to talk to you a little bit about brain health. I'm just going to speak briefly today, and I'm going to be sharing from this amazing resource called the Essential Oils Desk Reference. Here in the US, the FDA tells me that I cannot make any claims to cure, treat, diagnose any disease or disorder. So we are going to be speaking from a place of wellness and health. And that's really exciting because that's what we all want as parents, right? We all want our kiddos to be healthy and well. So today I'm going to share just a few oils with you, and we're going to talk about brain health. I'm also going to continue next week with some supplements and some more essential oils on brain health. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to talk to you about what essential oils do. Essential oils have the power to work in any part of our body, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Essential oils come from plants, and they're made from different constituents. Constituents is a sciencey term that basically shows all of the compounds of one essential oil, and each compound has the ability to do something different in our bodies. So I'm going to be speaking a little bit more about that and just diving into brain health as we go along. First up, I would like to share the blend of brain power. I don't actually have that one personally at this moment, but it's really, really valuable for brain health and wellness. Let me just read a little bit of it to you. Brain power promotes deep concentration and channels physical energy into mental energy. So what happens is a lot of times when we see kids moving around with this nervous energy, what's happening is that the brain waves are moving too slowly. So the body is trying to make up for that by moving more quickly. So what these essential oils do is they increase the frequency of our beta brain waves, and that's going to help with cognition, that's going to help with calming, that's going to help the kids really link parts of their brains together. We're also going to talk about another constituent called sesquiterpenes. Okay, and sesquiterpenes in essential oils, what they do is they help go into our brains and they act like a scrubber. So they scrub off all of those receptor sites, because especially in our society today, we have fast food, we have lots of toxic chemicals, we have so many things that our body has to take in, and not all of that is good. So it's kind of like a trash can, right? So the more that you fill it up, especially with things that are not good, the more that it's going to become clogged, and it results in things like brain fog. It results in your mental clarity being reduced. It results in the ability to make decisions, and sometimes in kids that kind of comes out in emotional turmoil, and that can come out in delays. It can also show up in just moving too quickly, like I stated before. So let's talk more about Brain Power Essential Oil, which is a blend of essential oils. The oils help dissolve petrochemicals that congest receptor sites, creating that brain fog due to synthetic petrochemicals. So a petrochemical is a toxin to our body, and that's basically anything like gasoline, plastics, synthetic fragrances, food additives. All of those can contain petrochemicals. The first ingredient in Brain Power essential oil is sandalwood oil, and that's high in the sesquiterpene compounds, which stimulate the pineal gland and limbic region of the brain, which is the center of our memory and our emotions. So I know sometimes that when my kids have been on vacation for a while, or they're out of their routine, they just really have a lack of self-control. And this is a really good time to apply that Brain Power essential oil so it can just help them focus on the task that they need, and it can clean off those receptor sites, and it can help them establish those neural pathways, increase the beta waves in their brains, and really just get them centered and focused again. The next ingredient is cedar wood, which also stimulates the limbic center of the brain. This oil releases melatonin, which improves thoughts, cognition, and memory. Now, while we're sleeping, melatonin is super important for our body. Melatonin acts like a repair system. It goes through our body and it repairs cells that are not functioning properly. So in the brain, if we're not getting enough sleep, or our sleep is interrupted, or we have trouble calming down, the melatonin is not going to be able to go in and do the work that it needs to, and ourselves and our kids are going to start experiencing that with reduced cognitive functions. Frankincense also stimulates the limbic part of the brain, which elevates the mind to help overcome stress. Now, just think about how adults process stress, and sometimes we don't do that well, right? We're stressed out, we're yelling, we're screaming. Well, then transfer that stress onto a child who's having trouble communicating well, or their body just doesn't work the way that they're wanting it to. That creates so much stress. And when our bodies are under stress, that really can just open the doorway for a lot of illness, and it can make us even backtrack in some of the progress that we've made, especially in children as far as their motor skills and their development. So it's really, really important to help kind of manage some of that stress. Even if we're not showing it outwardly, our bodies can be under states of stress in certain situations. So frankincense is really amazing for that. Melissa also stimulates the limbic part of the brain, the emotional center of memories. It removes emotional blocks and gives us a positive outlook on life, which is so important, right? We want to celebrate how far we've come in our achievements. We want to celebrate how far our kids have come in their achievements. And sometimes all that they can see, or all that we can feel for them, is that they're failing and that they're still struggling. So Melissa is really good essential oil. And again, all these oils that I'm reading to you are found in one bottle blend called Brain Power. Blue cypress improves circulation and increases the flow of oxygen to the brain, stimulating the amygdala, pineal gland, pituitary gland, and hypothalamus. Okay, we want lots of oxygen to our brain because it controls our entire body, right? And our emotions. The pineal gland links the nervous system with the endocrine system. And that's super important because the endocrine system tells our body to grow and gives us female or male hormones for that growth. And our nervous system, right, kind of controls our functions and controls our speech and our thoughts and our movements. So we definitely want more oxygen to that part of the brain to be able to help those systems function well. Another oil is lavender in brain power. Now, lavender, there's been research done on all of these different essential oils, and you can go to PubMed.gov and you can look up sesquiterpenes, you can look up brain power essential oil, you can look up lavender essential oil. Now, lavender has been proven to increase the beta waves in the brain, which promotes calming and relaxation. And when we are calm and relaxed, we have the ability to take in new information and process it in a way that is healthy. I know that my youngest son, when he wakes up, he is typically very grumpy and disoriented. So what I do is just put a drop of lavender on the back of his neck and I just let him sit for about 15 minutes. And after about 15 minutes, I realize that he's jumping and laughing and playing and he's ready for breakfast. So it's really amazing how quickly these essential oils get into the bloodstream. And let me talk to you a little bit of how to use them. So I have frankincense right here. This is a really good oil to use in the diffuser or make your own diffuser. You just can put a drop in your hand or your child's hand and you can just have them breathe it in. Okay, and what that does is it sends the essential oils straight to the limbic part of the brain that we've been talking about. So the reactions are almost immediate. I mean, it can take almost seconds. You can also use them in a diffuser. So at night while your child is sleeping and you really want to work on those cognitive functions, just go ahead and put some brain power mixed with some water in the diffuser and you can turn it on for them at night. That way the brain is really healing. It's sending out the melatonin and the growth hormones. It's connecting all those receptor cells and cleansing the ones that really need some help. Next up, I'm going to talk about an essential oil called Clarity. And this one's really good to just promote alertness and vitality. Again, you can have your children smell it. You can put it on the back of their neck. If they don't like the smell of it, you can also put it on the bottom of their feet, because the bottom of your feet, they have really big pores and they absorb the oils quickly. So in about 15 or 20 minutes, you're gonna start seeing some progress with that. Let me go ahead and turn to the Clarity page and just read you. This is also a blend of essential oils. So the good thing about these blends is that they just have so many essential oils mixed together, formulated specifically for brain health. Clarity has basil, which alleviates mental fatigue, cardamom, which is uplifting, refreshing, and invigorating. This also is beneficial for clearing confusion. So if your kids aren't understanding what you're asking them to do and you're having a hard time communicating, you can apply some Clarity and they can try again. Rosemary helps overcome mental fatigue, stimulates memory, and opens up the conscious mind. University of Miami scientists found that inhaling rosemary boosted alertness, eased anxiety, and amplified analytic and mental ability, right? So our kids are working so hard to grow and learn and communicate with us that sometimes they just need some extra help because their brains can get really tired of doing all of that work and trying to grow and create the proper functions and synapses. Finally, I like to share with you an essential oil blend called Peace and Calming. And this one's really good for those movers and shakers who really like to act out sometimes and can't seem to calm down or regulate their body mannerisms. Okay, this promotes relaxation and deep sense of peace and emotional well-being. Ingredients are tangerine essential oil. So the tangerine is actually a natural sedative. So it helps combat that stress, which can be so overwhelming for our minds and bodies, and especially for children's minds and bodies. Orange actually is studied to bring joy. So if there's some emotions, some negative emotions, you want to put on orange or diffuse it. Diffusing is a really good way to work on emotions, and that just brings joy. Ylang ylang balances the male and female energies. We were talking about those hormones a little bit earlier. And patchouli also stimulates the limbic center of the brain. Blue tansy helps cleanse the liver and lymphatic system from all those petrochemicals and those toxins that I was talking about earlier. Just one more note before I go. So again, the oils are brain power, clarity, and peace and calming. So those are the 3 blends that I talked about that have a total of about 10 to 15 different essential oils in them. We tried Peace and Calming on our older son, and it really did not work well for him at all. It actually had the opposite effect. So we wanted him peaceful and calm, but instead it kind of increased his alertness, and it made him move more, and it made him just a little bit nervous and uptight. That's why I want to give you so many different types of essential oils, because we are all created uniquely, and we're not going to have a one size fits all for essential oils. Essential oils are amazing in that they have a wide capacity to be able to help with our brain, emotional, physical, and spiritual functions. But since we are also created uniquely, it's not going to be a one size fits all. So if someone says, oh my gosh, I just really love Peace and Calming, it's amazing, it's perfect for my family, love it, fantastic. But it may not be a perfect fit for your family. I would encourage you to try one of these blends and just give it at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, to really write down and see any type of patterns, and that way you can make better choices moving forward, whether you're like, yeah, this one's perfect for my kiddos and it's really helping them grow and learn, and it's really helping those cognitive functions, or if you're like, well, I'm not so sure about that one, let me give another one a try. So again, most of the information that I got was from this Essential Oils desk reference found from Life Science Publishing, and the oils that we talked about today were brain power, clarity, and peace and calming. If you have any questions, go ahead and post those, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.